Do you want to hear a secret? Actually, on second thought, I probably shouldn't tell you. Didn't you hate that when kids in kindergarten and even grade school would intentionally do that, inciting questions in your mind and then never answering them? Well, in a broader sense, this still exists today in government. It's something called executive privilege, meaning that the President of the United States and any members of his staff that are part of the executive branch of government can constitutionally withhold information, meaning documents and other communications, from a court, provided that otherwise releasing them would result in a jeopardization of national security.
This is Jeopardy!
So, historically, this has been used by many presidents, both Republican and Democrat, ranging from Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton to George W. Bush and presently President Barack Obama. Specifically, Nixon used executive privilege to prevent the release of audio tapes connected to the Watergate scandal. Thankfully, for us, the American people, the Supreme Court struck that down, saying that your claim to executive privilege is inferior to the investigation that needs to take place. Bill Clinton even more prominently used this power to prevent people involved, witnesses involved in the Monica Lewinsky sex scandal, from testifying. Of course, a federal judge also struck this down, saying that you don't have the power to do that. But the ultimate problem for me with executive privilege is that it assumes presidents and other members of the executive branch are divine, that they have this special access to information that we as the public do not. And that's not to say that they don't, because they do, but this can easily be abused in many instances like those I just mentioned. Also, applying this idea, this principle to marriage, for example, is pretty funny. For example, if a husband is talking on the phone to a mistress, his wife asks, being analogous of, again, we the people, his wife asks, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? And he says, oh, fear not, I'm not doing anything wrong. If I were to tell you what I was doing, then in fact, I would be jeopardizing our marriage, which makes sense. But again, this is pretty absurd. And lastly, there is a silver lining in all of this, a little bit of hope, in that, again, as we've seen historically, the Supreme Court does have the power to overrule this executive privilege. So there is indeed separation of powers in our government, which again gives me lots of hope. But what are your thoughts on executive privilege? Is it a way to candidly speak as far as executive branch members are concerned, or is it just a way to hide the facts? Let me know in the comments below. Peace, love, and liberty. Andrew Demeter, signing out.